All right, here we go again. Buckle up. It's a little strange for a bit there. Walk outside my door, and my neighbors are walking out their door. Again, the same thing, but different neighbors. Once upon a time, I wouldn't even notice that. It's until they tried to set me up multiple times, I didn't even notice anything like that was happening. Right. But investigations are supposed to reveal strangeness. It's strange, you know. Right. So it's not really a worry if they're honest. So I'm trying to get myself to church. This is probably one of the hardest things I've ever had to do in my life. Well, because I've been abused by churches and church members for so many times, and it helped lead to this, this hearing loss. Right. And I was absolutely blocked. They knew if I found the LDS system that everything that I was trying to do in my life would have happened. Right. Right. And I'd have been married before I knew it. Right. Life would have been structured and normal once again. Well, they're abusive people, man. They don't need to be abusive to be law enforcement. It's one of those scams, Got to be like this, to save all of you. It's another phase of my life. I have hearing aids. I got to deal with that. It's a sizable loss of hearing. It wasn't no little thing. I think my brother thought, I just had some minor loss and I just wasn't dealing with it right, and tried to tell him, no, it's pretty big. Right. Hey, all right. Trying to get out and get some sun. I think the double allergy medication actually worked, but I'll take time to figure that out. I'm sure, for sure. I ain't been doing allergist in forever. I mean, I can't get anywhere. I was surprised. One of my suits actually fit, like the trousers. All the jackets fit, but the trousers one time. I think I was like a 34 or something. But one of them I remember was loose. My blue suit, the trousers were loose, but now they're kind of tight, but they fit. But again, nothing's pressed. So I have my khakis, my Union Bay khakis. You can wear them just about anywhere. All right. I get a white shirt. Thank you, sir. It isn't, me repenting per se. Again, I think that there are people repenting. Right. I've already repented a million times in my life. So again, it's not necessarily a new phase, quote unquote, like that. Right. I was damaged by those people. You let these people will me down, psychologically operate me. I mean, they're devils. You just let devils do whatever they want. Maybe because they're paying members of your society, I guess. I got to deal with it. I'm trying to get there again, and they're projecting, and that's the difficulty. Again, if you restrict them, my life will go easier. No, they weren't supposed to be in my life like that. There was no need to. What I needed was them to be removed and me to find a church or something. Again, it just shows you. I mean, how out there is the LDS? And I couldn't even find that one little page where I could just put my name and then they'd show up and that's it. Right. Antichrists. They are antichrists. And you are empowering the antichrist while calling yourselves conservative and Christian and everything else, although they're liberals are part of it also. Correct. Well, I really do believe. Oh, wait a minute. They blocked something there. I can't believe they did that. Oh, I have no idea. All right, it's back on again or what? Yeah, they're blocking me. Now I'm being blocked. I gotta try a different. All right, I'm back. My browser locked up. I don't know what you heard and didn't hear. All right, so it was as simple as putting my name on the LDS missionary page as far as wanting contact, and it would have been over. I'd have been in church. And from what I can tell, their church, it's everything that I was trying to do would have been done in their church because we see eye to eye on a lot of different things. I mean, not exactly, but close. I'm gonna go heal this family down here. I don't know if the wind. I guess the wind's a little crazy here in Kansas, huh? With hearing aids, it's horrible. What it is the company I'm going to buy from is now torturing me into buying it from them because they have a wind thing, a wind program. Yeah. Right. So I don't see how anybody could survive in Kansas without some sort of wind blocking program in their hearing aid. Actually, I'm not gonna go down there and heal them. I'll heal them from here. Something said it was a setup, but I'm gonna go down here because I think the wind's less down this way. Right. So another thing that God shows me is how people treat their pets better than their fellow human beings. And again, God doesn't want you to mistreat your pet. But again, you're not supposed to torture your fellow human being. I know those words seem strong, but it's reality. Well, it would happen. I got to the LDS and it would have happened. I can tell. Right. No, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, you did it. You finally screwed me up beyond a certain point. I mean, it's something you've been trying for decades. I mean, it's their goal. Their goal wasn't to protect anybody. It was actually to unprotect everyone and then have me be so far out there that I do something. And, it was never going to happen that way. Right. I mean, that's why I'm sick because I wouldn't do what they wanted. And again, they don't want me to be a good person. They don't want me to be heterosexual. Again, I'm not anti-gay people. I don't exactly see eye to eye with the Mormon Church or the LDS Church as far as that, but they're close enough. Right? Well, if they're trying to promote heterosexuality, they probably wouldn't embrace it. Right? So again, the live and let live is very important, and I think they're letting live. They just not within their community. Right? Although they do accept some, like attendance or something. I don't know exactly how far it goes. Right. Well, I'm kind of asexual. I mean, I'm not sexual with anybody. I haven't had relations with anybody, so I don't know what they get out with. Get where they're trying to go with that kind of insinuations. Thinking they're the ones that are sexual. How you doing? So no, I'm gonna have to try getting a hearing aid that they program because programming yourself doesn't work too good. And then uh, the other part of that is they have like a wind program, right, where it it actually cuts down on that wind noise. They were actually riding bicycles and there was no wind noise. Well, they shouldn't have been there. My hearing was fine enough when I got here to probably last the rest of my life. Right. Now, again, there were problems in Oklahoma where I couldn't get the massage there either. I think that's what did it. It could have been an infection along with it, but my cranial tissues were too tight. So again, these things were not to have happened. Again, if you can't ignore them. Again, that's kind of like a fallacy. Heal these people. You can't ignore them. Again, there's a scam in the system to make everyone believe that you can ignore them, that you can survive through it. That's so that they can discredit the people that say that you can't. How you doing? Nice day, right? Thank you, Larry. See, now I'm seeing like different people that you never saw before. Right. Sorry, Larry. No, they weren't allowed to do it. So that way they're allowed to stay in somebody's life over that extended period of time, and just every time that person makes a wire or move to wire into the community, that they destroy it. Like I said, as paranoid as they are, and as focused as they were trying to make me out to be something dangerous like that, they had to have done something in their life. I found it like appalling in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and that people had already told me what was going on in their communities. Right. And then and I wasn't saying nothing. I was just keeping an eye out. If I saw something, I'd say something. If I saw a kid that may have been molested or something, right? But apparently, they don't prosecute that, and they kind of allow it to a certain degree, and it's kind of a hush hush thing. Thank you, Larry. No, this wouldn't have happened. I'd have been well for life. I just had to stay in that massage. You block me from massage. You do it every day. You stalk me. So again, the government is not doing what it says it's doing. You can't be violent about it. But the reality is they're cheap and they're ripping us off. They're not. They're out there actually causing crime using psychology that causes people to fail, and the protections that we have here, neighbors, friends, religious societies. I'm nothing to do but tell the truth. All of you. If my life was different, maybe there wouldn't be a reason to tell the truth. Which means, if it was stoppable, if it was overcomable in all those 30-something years, then it wouldn't have been a reason to speak about it. Right. Because the system itself was, redeemable at that point. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to fix all of my tissues. I still got kind of funky feeling on the side of my face, but it wasn't from a sinus infection. It was from cranial tissues being tight, and I couldn't even see to it. All them years ago, it happened to me, but I couldn't see to it. It's to know that that's what it was, and I had to figure out how to get it released. I mean, it boggles the mind. The only thing is, I don't see how I'm going to be able to sit down and try. I just don't have that ability to sit in church like I used to. I mean, I might end up standing. They said I can hang out in the lobby if I need to. Right. No, they tortured me, man. What do you think happens when you get tortured? The torture involved me speaking out. Right. They actually were causing it. And then telling you they had to stop it. Again, it's a scam. The whole thing was a scam. It's too dangerous for me to go to church. It's too dangerous for me to go to the gym. Too dangerous to me living in an apartment without putting government cameras on me. I mean, they're freaks. They should be removed from their positions immediately. I mean, you know what they do now. You keep them out there, then it's on all of you. I mean, they're sitting there from like 5 states away, remote controlling this kind of stuff into people's lives, laughing about it. Yeah, I need to get to massage therapy much, much earlier. Nothing else I can do. I got to go with what's happening, but yeah, God will be the judge. You know, I could always go to church. It's not that the church is that I'm seeking the church any more than I did before. It's just available, which tells me somebody else is repenting. Thank you, Larry. We agree. I mean, it just boggles the mind that they're going to do that to my life while I'm here in Kansas. It was a setup. It's what it was. Now I'm out in the wind and the allergens, and I don't feel as bad today. I mean, I'm not perfect. About an hour, the sisters are gonna show up with a Book of Mormon. So how do you do that? You go with both books, or you don't bring a Bible? I don't know. Or maybe you don't even bring the Book of Mormon. I don't know. Just bring a Bible to church. I love the church. One of the greatest things I ever met, but they killed it. There's just no. Again, it's not. Again, being tortured this long. Yeah, there's mental illness, but it's not my mental illness. It's theirs. They kept putting it in my life. I kept healing of it. They get mad when you heal. You try to start your life again. I mean, there's nothing there. I mean, there's no reason to think I'm going to do anything to anybody. Jesus. Thank you, March. I have a order into Walmart for a white shirt, so I want to see if it gets in. I don't know if I'll be there tomorrow or next week. I just again. I mean, I've been disabled the whole time, including hearing. I mean, I don't know what you all thought this was. It keeps showing me the wrong. All right, there it is. It's on the way already. Oh, I hope they didn't screw it up. Oh, I don't even see it. I see. No shirt. Oh, there's shirt. Okay. Because it's this way Satan works. I usually track what they're buying, you know. Right. Again, my language is different than I used to be. I used to not say things like, I mean, I knew what they were doing to me. Right. I mean, I don't get it. I mean, we fight disability. We talk. I mean, these are people that are pro-life too. A bunch of them are pro-life, right? They're pro-life, right? I mean, how's God going to honor that BS? And I guess the way I speak now is sometimes more effective with the community that's stalking me. Agreed, Larry. You're pro-life, but yet you disable me for 30-something years? Psychologically disabling somebody is disabling them. You're all big, right? I knew what she was doing, bro. They swear up and down that she absolutely knew what she was doing. And there is a she involved, but it's not only a she. They're monsters, psychopathic monsters. There's no reason that they spent their life doing that to my life. Apparently, some of these people have been like that since grade school. That's what the thing says. I mean, you could have stopped somewhere along the way and said, we got him. Because you discredited me. I was discredited by what you did to me. There was no reason to keep on. In fact, if you track, because I can look back now, if you track what was happening when they stayed away, I wouldn't panic. I wouldn't speak out, or I'd speak out less at least, and eventually it would have went away. Just like when I walked off into California. I mean, it makes no sense. It doesn't help anybody really. But again, the idea that they make merchandise of you in the marketplace and they get paid to do that to you. Believe me, they probably made millions of dollars doing that to me. I said over the years, stop them. You did it to me. You got me. Not that you didn't disable me before, but you disabled me past a certain point. Boggles my mind what you thought was going on with you. This is not normal aging. I know you coughed it. I know I could have stayed healthier with the choice. Right. No, they don't allow you to make choices. They make choices every life that they can. Again, if they could have crushed it further, they would have crushed it further. They're just sickos, man. Sickos running around telling you they're protecting them. Maybe protecting your criminal enterprise if you're part of something like that. That part might be true. No, I'm sure if I'd have got to the LDS church, I would have wired in and it would have happened. Right. I agree. Why can't it happen now? I'm sure, it happened whatever way it can, but I'm just too old now. Right. I mean, I was in time for life when I left the government. And that was the goal of God, was for me to have that life. I mean, there's no way for me to survive any of it without God. I'm going to try to put something in here. Give me a second. I don't know if I can do it. There's other ones. Yeah. All right, I'm hoping I'm there. Yeah, that's good. I got to get the battery cable in now. Charge it. Speaking. So again, there was always a way for me to have a successful life and for all this to work out. They decided no. They made those decisions as if they were God. Correct. I got no idea what possesses a person to do that. So what I figured out with Walmart is this. Generally, if you give a 10% tip, they get everything real quick for you and deliver it real quick. If you don't, then it sits around. So you can order it express, and there's like a time limit, like 2 hours. It'll come in like 2 hours. But if you do express and you do a good tip, I'm hoping I feel healthy, and besides the hearing, I hope everything goes away, and I can feel good. Right. Nah, they kept me out of massage. They kept me out of all sorts of things. Kept me out of dentistry. Trying to buy a vehicle I couldn't break through and get it. And I, you have to step away. It hasn't left yet. Oh, it is. Yeah, well, I ordered from the other place. Right, forgot. Well, because I stopped our store and it didn't have something, so I was afraid that I got some stuff to return. I don't know if I'm going to get to the store, but they canceled my. I bought an airbed and it's just too uncomfortable, and I might buy a different one. But so I want to return it, but I didn't know if I was going to get over to the store. I just kind of did the process for returning it, and I had like a barcode. Actually, and in a way, I was hoping they maybe do me a favor and not require me to return it. I went to the store once in the last so many months, I think. Sorry, sir. Thank you. But they returned my warranty, my extended warranty. And I called them. I said, look, I don't want you to do that yet. I don't know if I'm going to make it into the store to return it. I think you have to pay for like FedEx pickup. They had like a FedEx pickup option, but you have to pay for it. I mean, it's sad. I mean, if when I hearing loss I should have been, he had an ear aid a while ago. And if I'd have been there for that, it'd have been, I guarantee it wouldn't be like this. Number one. Right. Number two, well, it's traumatic. You know what I mean? Right. Thank you, Larry. I just wish the wind wasn't blowing. Right. I don't know. I just wish this all would have went a different way. Right. I agree, Larry. I just wish, this was, would have they just would have stopped years ago and I could have got to the church. Again, I try to get to the synagogue and try to talk to the Jews, but there's nothing there. Right? There's no outreach. Right? Thank you, Larry. Well, is that what God's trying to prove? No, God's not trying to prove nothing. It's just a matter of, I'm supposed to have my life, and every so often I try to have my life. I mean, I was just sitting here peacefully building this ark, and you all were attacking me. So apparently, the LDS, they just have a system that brings people in, and then they're like, okay, if you need a white shirt, we got white shirts. We can look for them. Give us your size. We'll see if we have one for you. I mean, it's that far. I mean, this is just blindsided me. Right. The whole time I'm thinking it's from a sinus infection, all that stuff on my face. It was the cranial tissues were getting tight, and it was neurological. I was trying to figure out how to get to a neurologist. Well, I started working my cranial tissues myself. I figured it out. I started diminishing a little bit the issue, but a day late, a dollar short. Again, I imagine if I was using the Epsom salt bath, it was probably taking care of it. Again, I ended up in an apartment without a bathtub. And I couldn't even get out of it after a year. So these are the things that have been going on the whole time. Just bad luck, bad luck, bad luck, without seeing anything. And that's a result of them stalking me. That's why people aren't allowed to stalk other people, even if they're law enforcement. There's no investigation going on. It's a scam. Right? Great. They could have just let me live. Believe me. And it'd been great for the church. It'd been great for everyone. I wasn't going to raise to the top and be a millionaire or anything. Right? Old big paranoia that I'm going to have some big name and credibility, make more money than their millions. Thank you, Larry. Are you looking for a 916? Yeah. It's over there. First apartment over here. Thank you, Larry. How you doing today? Everything going well? I'll let you take the photo of it by the door. Okay. All right. Thank you, Larry. Since that strange thing happened with Amazon. Thank you, Larry. Says he gave it to me, huh? Or she gave it to me, whoever it was. Thank you, sir. You too. All right, let's see if this shirt fits. Thank you, Larry. So, looks like it'll fit. Looks like it's good. All right, I'm going to take this off for a second and see if this thing fits.